Oh my God. Who's not dying?
You can't be Paul Wilson's friend without ending up in the bottom of an imaginary ocean. The films that link best with obsessions are the ones that have something that you can mimic or repeat or spoof on, and the Poseidon Adventure has a lot of that. And of course, Paul's art is about that. It's about recreating and blowing up and deconstructing certain things.
These figurines represent my Poseidon Adventure action figures that I would take into the toy stores and say, do you have these Poseidon dolls? I'm looking for Nani with Christmas tree climb in action. I really felt like I needed to cathartically recreate these characters with 11.5-inch fashion dolls. Here we have Roddy McDowall in the role of Acres. You know, I tried to stay true to the costuming and his injury to his knee.
Can you make it, Acres? Oh, yes, sir, I'm fine, sir.
The same goes for Robin here. He's in his characteristic dirty shirt and tie. I found this figure very recently in a thrift store in a bag of dirty naked dolls, and I thought, Linda Rogo. Of course, she's displaying her panties.
Don't knock it.
Ernest Borgnine was on clearance at Target with a line of dolls called Presidents of the World. They had George Washington, 2 Jeffersons, and Herbert Hoover. He is Herbert Hoover, or rather he was.
Had a lot of guts, lady.
And Belle, you can see, is very tall compared to her poor, sort of demure husband, Manny, and that was because Belle was a man. This is a figure of the actor John Goodman. And looking at her dress, I always thought her dress looked like it was made of pantyhose. It was kind of grayish, not really beige, not really gray. Manny was a General Patton figure. I had to add hair to, and his bald spot, and his wound, and his undone bow tie. This figure is actually a President Eisenhower doll, and he cost $50 because he came with a hat and a flag. Nani was 99 cents.
I can't swim.
And of course, there's Reverend Scott, and he's rather obviously a Dan Aykroyd doll.
God loves dryers.
There's Susan, who is, of course, looking after the minister because she's really in love with him, even though her date was much cuter and much sexier, and of course, he's the man who falls in the skylight. But did she want to cry after he fell in the skylight? No. Instead, she takes off her skirt and looks at the Reverend a lot. And then these act as side-by-sides, the real movie and my version. And I tried to match as closely as possible the costuming, the lighting, but with a few obvious changes. One of the things I'm continually asked about my video is how did I do the guy falling through the skylight, perhaps the keynote shot of the film? Well, it was very simple. I set my camcorder on a kitchen chair, turned it upside down, draped myself with streamers, and simply ran backwards and hit it. I just ran backwards. That was the plate that had the ham on it. I bet you anything.
What do you do with a film that's become a cult classic? Make it sing. Take hell upside down and set it to music. That's just what one group of fans did.
At midnight, on New Year's Eve, the SS Poseidon Adventure, en route from New York to Athens, met with disaster and was lost. There were only a handful of survivors. This is their story.
The name of Titanic, the Edmund Fitzgerald.
I think everybody should see it, especially anybody who's seen the Poseidon Adventure, the movie, and loved it. They'll love this.
Indianapolis, we've come to herald.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. It's awesome. I've been waiting for a long time for this. So.
What do you recall? The most famous shipwreck of all.
It's better than the American Ballet Theatre. It's better than the Covent Garden Opera. I'll see it again and again.
Poseidon! Poseidon! Poseidon!
What's really key about this whole production is the fact that we're paying respect to the film. I mean, obviously it's easy to make fun of it, and we do make fun of it to some degree, but honestly, we're telling the story of the movie and a little bit of the book, and then we just add the songs.
Welcome aboard the Poseidon, the master of all
she surveys. Her line in the ocean is somewhat level. She's truly the queen of the waves.
It's been fantastic. The performances have been wonderful. This show is really becoming a cult hit.
If you are respectful to me, then you need not worry. With press your luck, you're one dead duck when I unleash my fury.
You have fans who love the movie as much as these fans do. An impression of the character is crucial.
I'm Reverend Scott. I'm an angry priest. Looking for a trip to the Middle East.
But Poseidon is nice. I'm sure you'll concur.
Sounds great. I'll pack my Bible, frankincense, and myrrh.
I'm Robo. I'm a cop. Tough and bold.
I'm Linda. I'm a hooker with a heart of gold.
I'm Manny.
I'm Belle.
The elderly Jews.
We'll step right up. I've got tickets for you.
We have to play it sincerely. We have to sincerely pursue what the actors, Shelley Winters or whoever, was pursuing in the film. And yet, you have to play it 150%.
How much more blood?
I'm Bill Robins. I co-wrote with JJ the script, and I'm playing Gene Hackman.
Angry, rebellious, critical.
A renegade. Stripped of most of my so-called clerical powers, but
I'm still in business.
He really does a great job of capturing the essence of Gene Hackman playing Reverend Scott.
I ain't dealing with you. If your ass isn't back here in 15 minutes, and if you spit on me again, we're going the other way.
Shelley Winters was very understated in the movie, so my biggest concern was translating that to a musical.
You see, Mr. Scott, in the water, I'm a very skinny lady. Moving so free, like an eagle in flight. In the water, I'm a very skinny lady.
So you have to really study the movie, watch it over and over, really love the characters.
That Martin, he's crazy.
I like that man.
Like him. Why shouldn't you? He runs on time like a train. You and train.
Having all the actors move like they moved when they filmed the movie is enough for the audience to sort of appreciate the camp interpretation and the Star Trek acting, basically.
Oh my God! Hard left! Hard left, sir!
We're just kind of hoping that the pitch value of the show will catch on.
Right.
You know,
as opposed to the crap value, which we don't want to catch on.
And find a place that's safe and warm. He had a chance to find his sunshine. Let's keep on looking for the light.
You got to go out there and really do justice to what they did in the movie and then knock it up a few notches to make it funny.
Susan, you're first. You can't climb in a long gown, so you'll have to come on. Okay?
All right, so I'll climb.
Now, it's hard climbing, so you're going to have to take off that... No, you're okay.
Linda! 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 Linda!
How many of you down there? 6? Is that all? Did you save anybody else?
Yeah, we saved a lot of people. We saved 500 passengers from the ballroom. Why weren't you in the ballroom?
anytime we have a brilliant line from the show, it pretty much gets a song about it.
You're going the wrong way, damn it! The wrong way! Listen, Doctor. The bow's underwater. Don't you think you ought to listen to my rip? Hey now, Reverend Scott. You think you're so hot?
Why don't you shove it? You're late for church and you'll be a sinner.
Shove it! When we finally get to Israel, we're gonna stay put, no traveling.
Baby.